Are you able to see screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So see, yesterday what we have seen the couple of different commands available. Okay. So these are the list of the command that we have seen yesterday. Okay. Now last command that we have seen yesterday, that is the git merge. Okay. So what that particular command will do? Git merge command, what it exactly do? Basically, um, it will merge two particular branches. It will merge two particular branches. It will merge the two branches, right? So how to merge the branches? For that, you have to use the git merge command. Git merge command is there, so it will merge the any two branches. Okay, it will merge any two branches. Right. So before that, you have to just understand. Okay, so I'll just okay. So for example, this is my remote repository. Here I have project. Okay, so this is remote repository, and in that we have project. All right, remote. Okay, so this is remote repo. Okay, in that this is our project. So I'll say this is project. Project is stored. Okay, but see here exactly what we are doing. We are creating the different branches. So in remote we are having different branches. So let's say here we are having branch branch one. Maybe we are having branch two, branch three, and so let's say this is my branch four, this is third, and this is second. Okay, so these are the different branches available. Right. So now see, whenever I will take the git pull, right? So whenever I will take the git pull or maybe git fetch, right? So all these branches will available where? All these branches will be available on my local. So let's say this is my local system, local computer. This is my computer. So whenever I'll say git pull or whenever I'll say git fetch, all right. So all these branches will be available on my local. But see, these are the branches is from remote, remote, right? So always there will be, I mean, consider as the remote branches. It's not your local branches. And local branches means whatever branches you have created on local. So for example, here you have created the couple of branches, right? So whenever you will say git pull, right? So you are saying git pull, or you are saying git fetch, these branches will be automatically downloaded here. That branches will be remote branches will be available here. Where? Here. These branches will be available here. Okay. This branch will be available here. Okay. These branches will be available here. Right. Now see here as well. You are going to create few branches. So let's say you have created branch 4, branch 5, branch 6. So these are the branches you are going to create here. Okay, these are the branches you are going to create here. Right. So whenever you will say git push from that particular branch, so that particular branch is going to push here. Where? On remote repository. Right. So that branch will be available now here as well. Okay. Which command that branch will be push? So you have to move to that particular branch, or you have to check out that particular branch, and you have to say the push. So push command will move this particular branch here. So now here, let's say branch 5 you have pushed from the local, right? So now branch 5 is as well available here. Branch 5 is as well available here. Right. So this is how we will have some branches on local, and we will have some branches from the remote as well. We will have some branches from the local and some branches from the remote. Right. So you just have to understand which is the branch from the local, which branch is from the remote. All right. So previous session we have created in previous session we have created few branches, right? So in today as well, what we will do, so let's say I want to use the git merge command, right? So I'll just close this window. I'll close
Sir,
this one as
whenever we open the Git bash
mhm.
at our local, so it will automatically connect with the GitHub. How he know how the connection setup that we have to get from this particular branch.
Right, right. So see, this is my project, right? So here the .git folder is there, right? So that particular folder is having all the information. Okay.
With all connection related uh,
All right.
of the Git.
All right. All right. So see where you have to say the git bash on this location where the git is available, .git file is available. So here, see, this is my project location. So here my project is available, right? Right. So here in this location, I will go inside my project. .git file is available here. So in this particular location, what I need to say? I need to say open git bash here. Right. So once you open git bash here, so in .git folder, all the information is available. So it will take all the information from this particular folder. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now see what scenario exactly we are testing or we are working on, so that we have to create the two branches, right? And we have to merge one branch into the another branch. So for that, basically merge command is there. So we want to go through that merge command, right? So how to do the merge, right? So for that, what I will do, I'll say okay, git checkout -b, and let's say branch name is, let's say, branch hyphen one. So this is my branch hyphen one. All right. So what I'm doing here, anyone? Yesterday we saw this command git checkout hyphen b.
Creating a new branch and shifting
All
a
right.
branch,
Switching
I, I,
switching and
switching the
creating the
particular
branch.
branch.
all right. So it will create the new branch and it will switch on that particular branch. Previously we have seen the two commands, for the create git branch and branch name, it will create the branch, and git checkout command will be used to switch the branch, right? But if you use the git checkout hyphen b, right, so it will create the new branch and it will switch on that particular branch as well, right? So if you see, currently I'm on that particular branch. So new branch is created, right? So what exactly we will do here? Okay. So let's say we will modify some code. Okay. So let's say, for example, in this particular folder, I'm going to package 2. I'm going to create one more class here. Okay. So let's say my class name is uh, test git merge command. Okay.
Ajay sir,
Test git.
this branch one created on GitHub, right? Branch underscore one is created at GitHub repository.
No, this is not GitHub. This is my local, right?
Oh,
So I have,
created at local.
right. So when I will say I have created some branch on GitHub, so I will go to the Git this particular location, and here I will create the new branch. Then I will say I have created the new branch here. Right. So I think this is
Okay.
yesterday's. So
Okay.
Okay, so I haven't created branch from here, right? So you have to understand, what is meant by local branches, what is meant by creating branch on local, what is meant by creating branch on remote, right? So when I will say I have created branch on remote, so for that I will add here one branch name. So let's say B1, all right? And if I say create, so it will create the new branch, all right? So this is how you can create the branch from the remote. But now I have created the branch on local, right? Now what I did, I have created one class as well. Okay. So git merge, test git merge command. Right. So this is my um, new class. Right. So for example, here I'm adding the system.out.println test class for git merge command. Okay, so I'm just printing the message so that we have at least something to see whether it is merging or not. Okay, no need to add all these details. Okay, I'm just adding this. Okay, for the whenever you're doing to working on this command, so no need to add all this. Okay, so for the practice purpose I'm adding this particular thing, right? So I have created one branch. In that branch I have added some code. Okay, now I will commit this code, right? I'll say, so see, I have to create new one more branch, let's say branch 2, and from that particular branch I have to merge the branch 1. Okay, so see, uh, okay, so what basically we want to do? Okay, so this is the master branch. Okay, and from master, so I'll say this is master branch. Okay, so this is happening on my local only. Okay, don't involve the remote here. This is I'm doing on local only. All right, so this is my local branch. What is branch name? Master. Okay, so this is my master branch. Master branch. This is my master branch. The name of the branch is master. Right. So in our local as well, there is one master branch, and in remote as well, there is one master branch. But this particular branch is on my local. Right. So from this particular branch, I have created one branch. Okay. So I have created one branch. Okay. So name of the branch is what? Name of the branch is, so
Branch
let's say
underscore one.
branch underscore one. So this is my branch underscore one. Branch underscore one. Okay. Now here, let's say I have written some code. I have written some files. Some code is there. Right. So this is the additional code I have added. Okay. So whatever code not available in master, apart from that code, I have added some code here. Okay. I have cut this particular branch from the master itself. So this is the copy of master, but additionally I have some my own files as well. All right. So this is the first branch I have created. Okay, so parallelly, assume that we have second branch as well. Okay, which is also created from master. Okay, or maybe from other branches as well. Okay, but let's take the example. This is also from the master. Okay, and parallelly, I have added some changes here. Okay, so in this particular branch as well, so I have added some changes as well. Right. Okay. Now this is called as the branch 2. This is my branch 2, branch underscore 2. Okay. Now see guys, what I need to do, I need to merge because I have written some code here as well. I have written some code here as well. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to merge this particular branch 1 code into the branch 2 code. Okay. So basically now what I need to do, I need to merge this code. Okay. Which code? Okay. So I want this particular code as well here. Okay. And this particular code as well here. And this will be the your branch 1 itself only. sorry, branch 2. In branch 2, I want to merge both the code. Branch 2. That means this particular branch only. Right. So this particular code I want here. Just minute. Sorry, I was getting one call. Okay. So basically, this is called as the merging. Okay. So basically, we are merging two branches. So in this branch, we have some code. In this branch, we have some code. And basically, this branch, that means branch 1, if you want to merge into the branch 2. So for that, we have git merge command. We have git merge command. Right. So basically, branch means whenever you see the branch, right? So branch means for the tree. If you have, I mean, for the tree, we are having multiple branches, right? So for example, this is the tree. All right. For this particular tree, this is the tree, right? And for assume that for this particular tree, we have multiple branches. So for example, this is the branch, this is the branch, this is the branch available. Okay. And whenever I'm saying like, cutting the branch from another branch. Okay. So for example, this is the main branch. Okay. Or maybe this is the main branch. Okay. So this is the main branch or master branch. This is the master branch. Okay. So from master branch, we have three branches. But tomorrow, if I feel like, I want to cut the branch from this particular branch. So this particular branch will have all the information that are available in this particular branch. Apart from that, it will have some additional information of this particular branch. Okay. So you can have additional update here. Okay. So tomorrow, if I want to cut the branch from this particular branch as well. So I can cut the branch from this particular branch as well. Right. So this is how it will work, branching. Right. So branch, that word is coming from the tree branch only. All right. In tree as well, we will have different branches. So similarly, for one branch, we are creating another branch. From one branch, we are creating another branch. And after that, we are having our own code in that particular branch. All right. So similarly, I hope you understand this particular merge concept. All right. This particular merge concept. Right. So let's do one thing, merge this particular code. Okay. So for that purpose, I have added some code here. Okay. What was that? This particular. Right. Now, what I will do, I'll say commit this particular code. Otherwise, if you are not doing commit, it will not allow you to switch the branch. All right. So if I want to switch any particular branch, so before that, I need to commit the code. Right. How to commit? For that, I will say git status. Now these are the all class files it's showing because yesterday by mistaken I have pushed some bin folder, some files from the bin folder. Right. So that's the reason it's showing dot class files here now. Okay. So fine. Okay. So what we will do? We'll this particular file we want to add. All right. So I will say git add which file? This particular file. Okay. Then git commit -m. I'm not going to check the status and all. Okay. Then I have to say added file for added file. Okay, added one file. Okay. So now this particular code is now committed. Right. So from main itself, I need to create another branch. Right. So if you see here, what we have done here from the main, we have created two branches. Right. And both the branches is having their own code. Right. So for example, here I'll say git checkout master. Okay, what this command will do? it will, this command will switch to which branch? Master
Master
branch.
branch.
Right. So I am on master branch now. Okay. So let's clear the things. Okay. Now I will say git checkout -b. Okay. And branch name. So what is branch name? Let's say branch underscore two. Branch underscore two is created now. Right. So and I have switch on that particular branch as well. Git checkout my hyphen b and branch name. So it will check out that particular branch at itself. Okay. So it will load that particular branch as well. Right. So now what I need to do, I need to uh, add some code there. Okay. So for example, what I will do in this particular package itself, I'll say create new code. Okay. And I'll say uh, my class. Okay, so I have created one class giving the name my class, that particular class. Okay, and it is having some code here, right? So maybe I will just copy paste this. You can consider this is the code that I have written. Okay, okay, I'll not going to write the code here, right? So for example, I have done my changes as well here, but see, I feel like I need to merge this particular branch, right? So in that case, how I am going to merge this particular branch? So for that, merge command is there. Git merge command is there, right? So how to merge? How to merge? So you have to execute the command git merge. Okay, so let's say git, which branch I have to merge?
Sir, before merging, we have to push this my class to branch 2 now, and then we will merge.
Push means you want to commit, right?
Yes, the
Commit
commit
or
that
push?
code. I mean,
Commit. So
yes,
see, don't confuse in commit and push. Commit and push is different. Commit means you are just committing your changes in local repository, right? So it is, if you want, you can, I mean, commit the code. Okay, so how to commit? Git status. Okay, it's not necessary. You have to commit the code. Okay, then I'll say git status. Sorry, git add. Then git checkout. Sorry, not checkout. Git commit. M added. Right, and then I will say git merge. Okay, git merge what? Which branch I have to merge in this particular branch? Branch two. Sorry, branch one. Right. So I
branch
will
1.
say git merge branch one. Right. After that, it will give this particular message. Okay. So it's saying like, merge branch. Okay. Branch one into the branch two. Okay. And then I will say colon Q. Colon Q means it will save the changes. Right. So as soon as I just do the colon Q, so it's saying like, merge the code. And what code we got? So this particular file earlier not there in our branch two. This particular file was not there in branch two. Now this particular file is added. So now if I go to the Eclipse, okay, so that file is not there. See, what is the file name? Test git merge command. That file is not there. Okay, but when I do the refresh, right? So git test merge file is there. How this file we got in this particular branch two, because of this merge command. So with the help of merge command, we can merge any two branches. With the help of merge command, we can merge any two branches. Clear? Merge command. With the help of merge command, we can merge any two branches. So you just have to remember this only. Okay, with the help of merge command, we can merge any two branches. Clear? Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, next command that we have is git fetch. Okay, so fetch command is there. Okay. Now before that, we'll take a git pull command. Okay, git pull command will take. Okay. So for example, okay, for example, let's say I am on branch 2. I am on branch 2 or okay, I am on branch 2. Okay, but in this particular branch, let's say I want some code. Let's say I want some code. Okay, from where? I want some code from, let's say, develop. Right. So I want some code from the develop. Right. So what basically I can do? Okay. So I will use the git pull command. So for example, why I need some develop code? Okay. So for example, develop means, sorry, master. You can consider the master. Develop means master. Okay. So I will say master only. Don't confuse. Okay. So see, this is the our repository, that is the remote repository. Okay, in this remote repository, what we have done, so let's say we have created the couple of classes here. Okay, couple of classes are there. Okay, now assume that okay in this particular a.java package is there. So I'll just open this particular file, and here what I will do, I'll just copy paste this particular main folder here. Okay, basically you can consider I'm just having some changes here. Okay, I'm just committing some changes. So for that, what I'm going to do here, this particular change I have added. Okay, so I'll say new change. I'll say so that you'll get idea. Okay, this is okay. Sorry, I have to do it in which branch? I have to do it in main branch, right? Or that is the your
Master branch.
master branch, right? So from here, okay, I don't want to do here. Do you want to unsave changes? Do you want to discard? Okay, I want to discard. Okay, so how to move to the master branch? So just select the master branch from this drop down. Okay, so I will open this. I'll select here master. All right. So as soon as I select the master, if you see master branch is ticked. Master branch is ticked here. That means currently we are on master branch. Current branch is master branch. Right. So this is how we can switch the branches here on remote. Right. So now I am on master branch, and what I need to do. So let's say I want to do the modification in this particular class. Okay. So package 2, there is a class is there. All right. So in this particular a class, okay, what exactly I want to do? Okay, I want to do some changes. Right. So for example, these are the changes available. Okay. So I'll say this, I'll say this is new change. Okay, this is new change. Okay, let's say somebody added this particular change, and so let's say from my project, someone added this particular change. Okay, and now that particular code I need on my machine. This particular code I need on my machine. So I'll just save this, or I will just commit this edit. Why I'm not getting this commit button here? Okay. Yeah. So I'll say commit the changes. Okay. So I can add the commit message as well. If you don't want to add, don't have to add here. Okay. So now see this particular change is added. So I said like this is the new change. Right. Now see currently I am on this particular branch. Which branch I am on? I am on branch 2. Currently I am on branch 2. And on branch 2 I need this particular code. Which code I want? I want whatever code available on remote. So remote, for example, let's say um, Saurabh, right? Saurabh has pushed this particular code here. Okay, so Saurabh is not there today. Okay, but let's consider Saurabh has pushed this particular code. Okay, where on this particular repository or on remote repository, Saurabh has pushed this particular changes. Saurabh has pushed this particular changes on remote repository. Right. Now I want this particular change. What I want? Okay, so for this particular remote repository, Saurav has done some changes, and those changes I want on my machine. So what basically I will do? I will go to my code. Okay, I'll go to my code, or I will go to my uh, git bash, and here I will say git pull origin. In which branches changes are available? Changes are
Master,
available in
Master branch.
master branch, right?
master,
So I'll say git pull origin master,
master.
right? Git pull origin master. So what this will do? Okay, colon. Okay, so basically what it will do, it will pull all the code from the remote master. So if you see in src package 2 a.java, a.java, we have done some changes, right? So it's saying like, there are some changes added in this particular file, right? So just a minute. Just a minute. Hello, hello. Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so whenever I said like, git pull origin master, so I'm getting all the code. I'm getting all the code here. And if you see in package 2, there is a.java available. In that, I'm getting this is the new change. This is the new change, that particular code I got. That particular code I got, right? And this is about the pull. Okay, so pull is basically what it will do. It will download that particular code from the specific branches. Pull is used to download the code from the specific branch. It will download the code from the specific branch, right? So similarly, how we are having git pull, similarly we have git fetch command as well. Okay, so we'll see how fetch command is work. Okay, so fetch command will, what it will do, fetch command will not merge your code. Okay, so for in case of fetch command, what will happen? So I'll just open our ppt. Okay, so see. Okay, so if you see, whenever I'm saying git pull command, all right, so what it will doing, it is just copying that particular code, or it will pull this particular code. So this is for the pull and clone, right? So what it will do, it will copy that particular code till your workspace. Okay, so in that code will be available in your workspace now. Okay, but I'm having one more command, that is the git fetch. Okay, so git fetch command is also used to fetch the code. Okay, but what it will do, it will not fetch the code in your branch. It will not fetch that particular code in your branch. So instead of this, what it will do, it will it will it will add that particular code into the local repository only. Okay, till the local repository you can fetch that particular code, but that particular code will not available in your workspace now. Okay, so basically, if whenever using fetch command, then compulsory we have to use the merge command to merge the code. Okay, so basically what I will do, I'll fetch the code, I'll fetch the code and then merge the code. So two step is required. If you want that particular code, then two steps is required. Okay, for the git clone, it will do both the, okay, it will fetch the code and merge the code as well. Okay, so Git pull is the combination of fetch and merge. Okay. So when I'm saying the pull, when I'm saying the pull, when I'm saying the pull, okay, it is combination of your which two command? Fetch plus merge. It is combination of fetch plus merge. Okay. And whenever you want to fetch particular, or whenever you want to have that particular code available, so you have to execute first fetch plus then merge. Okay, so let's take one example. Okay, so what we will do, so basically what I will do, I'll say, okay, so there is, so see this particular code I have added in remote, right? But eventually I got like, I don't need this particular code. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just remove this particular code. Okay, and I'll say I will remove this particular code. Okay, so let's say tomorrow Vipin has removed this particular code, right? So what he will do, he will remove this particular code, and he will, so let's say, and added some new code, right? So he said removed old code and added new code. Okay, I have not added the new any code, but I just added this particular line. So removed old code and added new code. Okay, so this is the particular changes has done by Vipin. Okay, and what he will do, he will do these changes on his local. Okay, and then what he will do, he will uh, push that particular code into the remote branches and then raise the PR and merge the code. So now assume that he has merged that particular code into the remote branch. Which remote branch? Now code we are merging in master, right? So in master, this particular code is available, which is done by Vipin, right? So now I want this particular code. I want this particular code. Okay. So instead of doing the pull, okay, instead of doing the pull, uh, what one can do? Okay. So one can go to the Git, mm, check out, or he will say like, Git, sorry, just a minute. Okay.
Git
So
patch.
Git checkout master. Okay, so now I'm on master. Okay, now I want that particular code into the master branch, right? But I'm not sure about how that code will be, right, and how many files are modified, right? So before that, I just want to check, how many files are modified. So instead of using directly git pull command, I'm using here git fetch command. Fetch command I'm using here. Okay, so now code is fetched on my machine and it's saying like, there are some changes and something like that, right? But when I will go here, okay, so where in Eclipse, okay, just a minute, I'll say refresh. Okay, now here if you see, um, nothing is there, right? So for example, that uh, whatever the changes Vipin has done, that changes is still not available here in this particular class, a dot Java class. That change is not available still here, right? Why? Because I said like, fetch command will be fetch this command, but it will not merge those changes into your local repository. It will not merge those changes into the local repository. So if you are using fetch command, compulsory, if you want those changes, you have to use the merge command. So what I will say, I will say git merge. Okay, from which branch you have, fetch the changes? We have fetched the changes from the master. So I will say master. Sorry. It's saying yeah, okay. Okay. But if you see, I'm getting this. Sorry. Refresh. Git. Yeah. See, as I said, like, our master is different, and origin master means whatever the changes we have pulled from the remote. So now whatever we have pulled, those available in origin master. Origin master means remote branch. Origin master means remote branch. And only master means our local master branch. Only master means local master branch, and origin master means remote master branch. Okay. So now whatever changes I have pulled, those I have pulled from the master branch. Which master branch? Origin master. That is the remote master branch. Right. So now what I will say, these changes is available. Which changes is available? So this src.java, there are two changes has been made. Right. So if I go in Eclipse, okay, and I will refresh this particular page. So I'll say refresh, right? So it's saying like, remove code and added new one. So this particular line we have added, right? So main method we have removed, and instead of main method, we have added. So second main method we have added two times, right? So that particular main method is removed now. And instead of that, this particular code is available. This particular code is available. So this is how fetch command is work. So fetch command will fetch the code only. It will fetch the code, but it will not merge the code. It will fetch the code, and it will keep those code into the your where it will fetch the code, and it will keep the code into the local repository only. It will not merge the code in your workspace. In workspace, that code is not available. So if you see this particular diagram, you will get the clear picture what exactly happening here. Okay, so which diagram? So this one diagram, right? So whenever I'm saying git pull, right? So what it will do? It will download that changes from your remote repository to direct your branch. That means workspace. Okay, from remote repository, you can download those changes from the branch. Okay, but whenever you do the fetch, right? So those changes will be available on, or whatever the changes they are in remote repository, those will available into the local repository only. Okay, but not available in workspace. That means that's the reason we are not able to see those in Eclipse. But after that, when I do the git merge command, right? So those changes are merged here, right? And then I will able to see those on workspace. So this is how fetch command is work. Okay. So what is the difference between fetch and merge? What is the difference between? this is very famous interview question. Okay, so if you go for any interview, interviewer ask this kind of question: what is the difference between fetch and merge? Sorry, fetch, pull and
Fetch
fetch.
means pull.
Yeah, fetch and pull. What is the difference between fetch and? What is the difference? Anyone? Fetch will fetch the
fetching
code on your
The
to the
local
fetch
repository.
command
local
will not
repository,
Right.
merge the
and
code.
to pull that
Pull.
to pull this local, it will pull to local and workspace too, till
Right.
workspace.
Right. Right. So basically, pull is the combination of your
Fetch
fetch
and
and
merge.
merge. Pull is the combination of fetch and merge, and fetch will only fetch the code into the local. You have to tell if someone asks the difference between pull and sorry, fetch and pull. Right. So you have to tell pull is the combination of fetch and merge. So it will directly download the changes and it will merge in into your local branch as well. Right. Whereas fetch command will fetch the changes. Fetch command will fetch the changes and it will keep those changes into the local repository, not merge it into the workspace. Okay, clear difference?
Yes,
Yes or
sir.
no?
Yes, yes, Ajay.
Okay. Uh, see, I think that's it. You have to, practice all this command. Okay, so this is about the Git. Okay, so last section that we have to cover in Git, that is the GUI. So for the Git, there is one GUI is also available. Okay, so I will cover that GUI. I'm not much interested, to learning this particular GUI and all, because you should use this particular bash only. Right. So anyways, initially you will face the challenges. Anyways, yeah, you will get the some commands you will not know how to use this command, right? But if you Google it, internet, there is huge community available, right, for the Git, right? So you will get everything. If you are not getting, ask me, all right? But don't use that GUI and all, right? So basically, you should not use this GUI. Okay, so I'll tell you that thing as well. Okay, if anyone is interested, they can use this particular GUI. Okay. So for example, okay, so this is our project. Okay, so first Java is our project, right? So I'm not interested in, for example, using this Git bash, right? So in that case, I will use the Git GUI. Okay, so
Ajay,
similarly, yes,
yeah, and in the list there are two more commands for there, after pull and push.
which one?
Yeah. In list you said you prepare one list like all commands are there in that. Yeah.
Right. So this is the
Stash, water,
pull command,
stash,
right? So yeah, stash command is remaining, right?
stash and stash
Thanks.
apply.
All
Yeah.
right,
Mm,
right, right. Thanks for reminding.
okay.
Okay. So see, for example, I'm doing some changes, right? In my repository, right? So for example, here I'm doing some changes. Okay, so let's say in this particular file, I have done some changes. So these are the changes I have done. Okay. Similarly, I have modified this particular file as well. So I have added this code here as well. So two file I have modified, or assume this particular file as well. Okay, so I have modified the three files. All right, and for example, I go here and I'll say git status. Right. So it's just saying like there are three files I have modified so far. There are three files I have modified so far. Right. But see, I'm not. Yes, I have modified this particular file, but right now I just want to mm, discard those changes, or maybe I want to save those changes temporary, right? Why? Because I want to move to another branch. Okay, when I see like git checkout, minus, sorry, git checkout. Let's say I'm going to create new branch. So I will say git checkout minus B, and git checkout minus B. I think from here it will allow me. Okay, so let's say test B. Checkout. Okay, it's allowing me uh, to go this particular branch, but I think from this branch it will not allow me to go outside. Right, from master it will allowed, I think. Okay, but now if I say like git checkout minus or checkout master, right, it what it is saying, switch. Okay, switch to the branch. Okay, so it's switching the master as well. Okay, but basically let's see, in master, for example, I'm having all these changes, right? So let's say I will clear this one. Okay, and I'll say git status here. Okay, so basically here I have modified this particular three file, right? But now I want to store those particular file into the temporary memory or temporary somewhere else, right? So in that case, what I will do, I will use the git stash, right? So what is git stash? Git git stash command is there, and you have to give the stash name as well. Okay, it's if you're not giving, that is also fine. It will give the one ID you for you to apply the stash again. But let's say I will say like temp changes. Okay, temp changes, and I'll say enter. All right. Now what will happen? All these changes. Okay, it's saying fatal. Why fatal? Can't be assumed due to the unexpected token temp changes. Okay. So for example, what I will do, I'll say git stash. Yeah. Now it is saved. Right. So what it is saying, all the changes we have stored in some temporary files or temporary location. Right. So if I say like git status. All right. So all these modifications that we have done, those are saved where? Those are saved in temporary location. So now if you see, those changes are not displayed here. All right. So if you want to save something in temporary file or temporary location, you can save it with the help of stash. Right. Now if you want to, all those changes again back. Right. So in that case, what you need to do? You have to use the apply stash. Okay, so how to do apply stash? So for that, you have to know this particular stash ID. Okay, so I'll just copy this stash ID and I'll say git apply. Okay, what was the command? Git apply stash, I think. Git stash apply. Git stash apply. So I have to say git stash apply, and I have to give that particular ID.
Apply spelling. Apply spelling is wrong there.
Yeah. What is it? APPLY.
APPLY.
Okay. Uh, Likely to stash commit. Okay, so what I will do, I'll remove this by stash. So no need to give the commit as well, that particular ID as well. It will take by default that whatever latest stash is there. So it will revert to that particular stash. Right. So stash means saving those changes temporary, and apply stash means again resuming those changes. Okay, so now if you see, all these changes are displayed here. These changes are displayed. When I say like git stash, it will save all these changes in temporary location. So now these changes is not available for me. All right. You can say, like, it will discard the changes from your repository. That means changes will not available in your repository or your workspace, but it will store those changes in temporary location, temporary file. And whenever you will require those changes again, you will just say git stash apply. Okay, stash means temporary save the changes, and apply stash means whatever temporary changes you have saved, just apply those changes again. So these are the two commands available: stash and stash apply. Clear?
So we have done the changes at our workspace,
Mm-hmm.
and these changes save in temporary file.
Right.
Then
Temporary
where
location.
we apply the stash.
Mm-hmm. Git stash apply. Right.
So git
So
stash apply where the changes apply where, sir?
sorry,
Which branch it will apply, sir?
which branch you are executing the command, right? So currently I'm
Where we
executing
are
this
applying these changes
this
at
branch only,
local
master branch
master.
only. Yeah, because see, I'm doing it in master, right? So it will apply in master only. Correct.
So can we change our branch and where the changes we can apply through stash, right?
Right. So if you are on branch 2, there you have done some changes, and you want to store those changes in temporary file. So you will go to that particular branch, you will say git stash. So that particular stash will be there, and tomorrow if you want that apply, you can apply that. Doesn't matter which branch you are doing, right? So right now I'm doing on master, so I'm saying on master it, right? So if tomorrow if you are on branch 1, right, in branch 1 as well
Yes.
you can apply the stash. It will save in temporary location, and again you if you say git apply stash, it will apply again.
I mean, with the git checkout branch underscore one, and after that we can apply stash apply, right?
I'm not getting your question. Can you just repeat?
Just we changing our branch like git checkout branch underscore one.
Okay, so we change the branch. Okay, next.
Yes, and then we apply these changes like git stash apply.
No, it will not apply there, right? Because you have done the changes in master branch, you have saved the changes in master branch, right? So you have to apply the status again in master branch. So sometimes what happen, you are doing continuous code, so you have done some unnecessary changes, right? So but you are not sure okay, all these changes is required or not, right? So for example, those are not working. All right, so in that case what we will do, you will store those changes in temporary location, and you will say I'll do another some setup. Okay, that is working or not. So you will work on that particular setup, but you feel like okay, this is also not working. All right, so what we can do, whatever changes we have stored in that stash, you will apply that again. Okay, so other changes you will discard, and whatever previous changes we have made, you can apply those changes. Right, so that is the purpose of this particular command. Right, you got the
Okay.
purpose, right? So whenever you feel like I want to store the changes temporary, so I can use the git stash command. It will store the changes temporary. Okay, so I will say whatever changes I have made, let's say I have modified let's say 20 files, right? So 20 file is huge, right? I cannot say like all this code is waste, right? But with this code, for example, it's not working, something is not working, right? So I cannot say discard all the changes, discard all the changes, right? So if I discard all the changes, that means 20 file whatever changes I have made, that is waste, right? So instead of discarding, I will save it into temporary changes, right? So temporary I will save somewhere else, and I will try another solution. Okay, so for example, that solution is not working, and I just click like whatever previous solution I have made, that was close to correct, right? So what I will do, I will again apply that particular changes. For that I will say git stash apply, sorry, apply stash or stash apply. Clear?
Ajay, do we apply this command on master, or we can do this command in other branch also, any branches.
Other branch, any branch it will work.
Any branches we can do this stash command. You can
All
use.
right. All right. So you have to save, you have to, you should have there some stash, right? Or you should have, done stash there, right? So for example, I'm on here, git checkout. So let's say branch hyphen 2. What is saying your local changes to the following is overridden by the checkout. Please abort or stash. Now it's saying like, you have done some local changes, right? I will not allow you to move the branch, right? So in that case, it's not allowing me to move the branch, but I don't want to commit as well, right? So what I will do, I will say stash, git stash. Okay, why I'm doing here
Okay.
stash in this case? Because it's not
Simple.
allowing me to move
Right.
or switch the branch, right? So I will say git stash.
Stash.
Okay, so
Right.
stash spelling
Right.
is color, right? I'll say stash because it's not allowing me to move the branch, right? So I have saved those changes in temporary. Now it will allow me, right? So I will say,
Now you can move it to the other branch.
yeah, right. So I'm moving to that particular branch. But whatever changes I have, saved in temporary memory or temporary, that changes is also important. Sometimes I will require those changes, right? So
So
I will move again to
to
the
get back the reward that we have to move to that branch and again we have
right,
to say that stash
right,
apply right,
right,
command.
right. Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah. So in this particular branch, if you have saved some stash, right? So you can apply here. Okay, it's not branch specific. So if you are doing some changes here, if you say the like git stash, it will stash, and if you're saying again, git apply stash, it will came here, right? It's like that. Okay. Now see, next topic that we have is the git GUI. Okay, so in 15 minutes we'll cover this particular topic. I'll not spend much time on this particular. Okay. If you have interest in this particular section, okay, you can explore it later as well. Okay, but initially I will recommend to use git what we can say git bash only. Okay.
Command line.
uh Now see, yeah, now see, for example, this particular is your git GUI. Okay, GUI means graphical user interface, right? So whatever command we have seen so far, all this command we can execute from here. Okay, no need to execute any command. You just have to press the button and those command will execute for you. All right. So see, if you are using this particular GUI, then you will forget the command. So that's the reason I'm saying use the command, to push and pull. All right, the code, create the branches and all right, fetch. All right, so you should get the idea how those command will work. All right. Now see, for example, currently I'm on, let's say I will say checkout. Okay, so see, currently these are the branches available. Okay, in, if I say git checkout. Okay, so these are the local branches available. Local means whatever the branches I have created on my local machine. Local, right? So for example, if you're using git branch or using git checkout branch, checkout hyphen b. All right, so these are the branches so far I have created on my local. All right, there are few branches I have pulled from the remote as well, right? So those branches will available here. Okay, so those are the branches here. From the remote, we have pulled some branches, those branches are available here. Okay, so if you want you can switch any of this branch, or if you want you can switch any of this particular branch. All right, so all these branches are available on my local, but some branches I have created on local and some branches I have pulled from the remote. All right, so for example, let's say I'm on this particular branch. Okay, so for example I want to move in this particular branch too. All right, so I have to just double click, and if you see current branch, it's saying like branch two. Okay, so if you tomorrow if you want to switch another branch, right? So let's say you want to switch branch one. All right, so you will double click on branch one, so that branch will see. selected right here. All right, so this is how it's easy. Okay, switching the branch. All right, so if you want to create new branch, right, so you will say create new branch and you will give the branch name. So let's say it will ask from which branch you want to create the branch. All right, so I will say like, I want to create the branch from the master. So I will select the master branch. I will select the master branch. In git branch command as well, we are going to create new branch from existing branch. So let's say from the master, if I say like, git branch and I will give the branch name, so it will cut the branch or it will create the branch from the master itself. Right. So similarly here as well, you have to specify from which branch you want to create the branch. So I'm saying like, I want to create the branch from the master. Right. So like I will say branch GUI. Okay. So this particular branch we can create. So I will say create this particular branch. Okay. Now if I go to the branch and I'll say check out. Okay. So this particular branch is available, git GUI. All right. See, GUI branch is available. Branch GUI is available. Right. Now see, all other things are similar. Okay, if I want to commit, so there are commit related commands here available, right? So in commit, you can, stage the changes, you can unstage the changes or revert the changes. So all these things are available here, right? For the merge, you can merge, any local branch, you can abort the merge, right? So these are the things available. For the remote, you can fetch changes, you can, so forget about this one. Okay, so you can pull the changes. All right. So all these things we can do it from it. So let's do one thing. Okay, what we will do, currently we are on branch GUI, right? So branch GUI we have created, and in that particular branch we are going to do some changes. Okay, so I'll say create one new class and I'll say branch GUI, or I will say uh, test git GUI. Okay, so for that I have created this particular class. Okay, and again I will create one more class. So I'll say test git GUI, test git GUI, and I'll say -2. All right, so this is one more class I have created. So basically two classes I have created here. Right, now if I go here, okay, uh, here those changes should be reflect. Okay, so now it's not reflecting here. So what I will do, is there any Java class available here? Java class is not available, so I will say rescan. Okay, now see, I just said rescan. Now these changes are available here. Okay, so this is the first class that I have created, and this is the second class that I have created. All right. So now I have to add this particular changes. So for that, which command is there? To add the changes, git add command is there, right? Now if you see, it is saying, unstaged changes. Unstaged means this is in your local
In workspace.
workspace. It is in your workspace. Whatever changes you can see, those are in your workspace. Okay. Now when I will add the changes, those should be available in your stage
Stage.
area. So this is the unstage, or this is the workspace area. This is the workspace area, and this is your which area?
Stage.
Stage area. This is your stage area. So these two areas are available here. All right. So I want to add these changes into the staging area. So what I will do, if you see here, file icon is there, right? So if I click on this file icon, sorry, I'll just remove this one. Okay. So I have to click on this particular file icon, right? As soon as I click on file icon area, so those changes will get staged. Those changes will get staged. That means changes is added. Add command, through add command, how we can add the changes. So similarly, we have to add the changes. Now, suppose for example, I feel like, I don't want to these changes in stage area, right? So I can remove it from the stage, right? So for that I have to click here, on this file icon, right? So I just removed those changes, but tomorrow if I want, I can again add into the stage area, right? So this is how we can add the changes in stage area. So now once we added the changes in stage area, what next you have to do? You have to
Commit.
commit the changes, right? So here no need to see check the status and all. Why? Because you can see all the file changes, what we have in stage area, what we have in workspace. We can see all these changes, right? So we are not going to use the status and all, right? Now I have to commit the changes, right? Okay, so how to commit the changes? So for that, I will add here commit message. So I will say added to file to test git GUI. Okay, to test the git GUI. We have added the two. All right, so I have added the commit message, and simply you have to say commit.
Commit.
Okay, so I'll say commit. So changes is now committed. Changes is now committed. Now this changes is not available in a stage area. Why? Because once you commit the changes, those are available in local repository, right? So those are not available in this particular section now, right? So after commit, usually what we do,
Full
we
or
will we, we will
we
maybe
want
pull the changes or
full
maybe
or
push the
push.
changes, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to pull the changes, what we can do? So you can go here, you can say remote, uh, pull, pull, or maybe fetch. Okay, fetch from the origin. Right, fetch successful. Right. After that, what we can do? We can push the
Push.
changes.
Push the
So how to
changes.
push the changes? So you have to click on push button. Okay. So it will ask which branch you want to push the changes. So I want in this particular branch only, I want to push the changes, right? So I'll say push the changes in this particular branch. So it's saying like, we'll push the changes into the remote origin. Okay, so this particular branch, they will create one remote origin branch as well, right? So I will say push, right? And those changes are pushed now. Where it pushed?
Sir, before push, we have fetch.
Remote repository.
Before push, we have fetch the command.
Mm-hmm.
So for
Mm-hmm.
fetching this, what we are doing, fetching is not used for GitHub.
GitHub, we saw the fetch command, right?
Fetch command is used from remote to local, but it is not from local to remote.
So we are fetching the from remote to local only. Okay. So
Okay,
we have fetched the changes from remote to local only. On here as well you will require code to update, right? So how to fetch the changes, right? So for that there is one remote, and inside the remote we have fetch, right? So you can fetch from the
okay,
origin. When I'm saying origin, right, so it means from the remote,
remote. Yes.
right? So now these changes are pushed now. So if I go here and if I refresh this, okay, what was the branch name? Branch
Branch
GUI,
queue.
right? So I'll open this particular branch GUI, okay, and so see these are the this is the branch GUI, right? So basically what we need to do, we need to, after that, we need to raise the PR. So how to raise the PR? So you have to go to the pull request. Okay. Here it's giving the suggestion. So I'll say let's use this one. Okay. So now it will merge this particular from this one. Right. So I will say compare and create pull request. Now pull request is created. I can approve this particular PR, but before that I can see the changes. Okay, so for example, I have created these two classes, right? So this is the first class and this is the second class. All right. So ultimately what we can say, from the GUI as well, we can do the same actions that we have seen, last couple of days, right? So all those actions we can do it from the GUI itself as well, right? After that, what we can do lastly, you can create the pull request, or after we got the successful review, we'll merge the code where into the master. So I'll say confirm. After the confirmation, so it will merge the code into the master, right? So if I want, I can delete the branch. So for the deleting, delete button is there. So I will delete the branch. Okay. So basically, best practice is that you have to always delete branch from the here. Don't keep the branch as it is. Okay, because if you every PR in, let's say, in year, you are going to raise, let's say, thousands of PR, right? And if you every time you are just keeping your branch there, right? So it will create the multiple branch on remote. So from your team lead, you will get the message delete unnecessary branches, right? So better to always delete the branch from the, once your PR got merged, your code got merged into the master, so delete the branch. No need to keep the branch. All right. So this is how it will work, right? So here, from here, you can do the different things. All right. So what we can do apart from this, uh, repository is saying, like, okay, in branches you have create new branch, checkout, rename, delete, reset. Like these options are available for the branch. For the commit, we have options like, rescan. That means it will scan it again. Commit to the stage to commit. Okay. So these are the different options available. Okay. If you want, you can try those options. I don't use this particular tool, I mean, so frequently. Okay. So you can merge, we have seen, right? So you can merge any local branches as well. So I will just click here and I'll say currently I'm on GUI branch, right? So in GUI, if I want to merge any different branch, right? So in that case, I will say click and I'll say merge, right? And it's saying, like, successfully merge, and after merge, these two files are available. Okay, these two files are got merged, right? So this is how we can merge here. Okay, so for merge, you have to say local, and if you want to merge any branch, you have to select that particular branch. But here, I think it's just deleting those branches as well. Okay, after merge, or whatever mergeable branches are there, only those branches are showing here. All right. So you can merge the branches with the merge command. All right. Merge here, merge section is available. And remote, we have all these option. Push. If you want to push the code, you have to push the code. Okay. For the fetch or pull option is not here. So you have to fetch and merge. So I have to fetch first from the origin. And once it is fetched, then I have to merge it. Like this, you have to work. Okay. So this is about the your Git GUI. But I will suggest don't use this particular tool. Instead of go for the commands.
Ajay, here about merge means it's a remote repository from master.
Which one?
Some command is a merge
About merge. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So if you're doing some merge, right? And if you're getting some conflict there, right? At the time of merging, right? So you don't want those conflict, right? So in that case, you can say the about merge,
About
and you can
merge.
say
Okay.
yes. So it will abort that particular merge.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So I think that's it for today's session. We'll stop here. Okay. If you are having any question, you can ask. Else we'll meet on Monday with the new Java topic. But I will suggest just do the practice of all the commands that we have learned. Okay. Apart from these, there are many commands available. Okay. But that is not in our scope. Okay. For the automation testing, or for the to work on any organization, to work in any organization, right? So we'll require only that much of commands, so that we know, because Other commands is for DevOps people, or okay, senior developer, or those peoples will use those commands, right? But for the our purpose, or for the our need, this much of command is fine. Okay, clear. So I'll stop
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
teacher.
share. I'll stop the sharing. I'll stop the recording as well. Yes.